Hey YouTube, how are you? Today I am doing another book review on The House Knight Burned. This is the 7th book in the series. And in this book, everyone except Stevie Ray is in Italy, and Zoe Redbird's soul has been shattered because Heath, one of her boyfriends, ends up kind of dying by colon at the end of the book. So her soul is shattered, and she's in the other world with Heath. And everybody's kind of freaking out. They don't know what to do. The High Council has told them that there is one way to bring her back. And that is to do some well, they don't really know exactly how to bring her back. The main characters, Ern, Shawnee, Aphrodite, and Stark, and Darius and Damien, they all go to the library, like the section of a library or whatever, and they find out that there is a way to bring Zoe back. And Stark is a warrior now. He's one of the warriors of Oberys, and the only way you can bring Zoe back, the high priest, she's a high priestess now, and the only way you can bring her back is if Stark goes to Scotland, full of these like warriors. Vampire warriors with one warrior high priestess. Well, she's not really a high priestess, she's just a female warrior. And the only way they can bring her back is if Stark has to find something within himself to become a guardian through the other world to bring Zoe back. And we kind of go back and forth between Stark, a little bit of Aphrodite, somewhat of Zoe, and Stevie Ray. And this book is mainly about Stevie Ray and her issues, but I'll get to that later. And Zoe is, she's kind of shattered. 3 parts of her soul have been trying to make her come back to them, but she's refusing because she's tired, she's worn out. She has major ADHD in the story. She is pacing, she's constantly moving, she doesn't know what to do. And Heath is trying to help her, but he doesn't know how to. He kind of figures that something big has to happen to Zoe, but he doesn't know how. And then in Stevie Ray back in Tulsa, I don't know how to pronounce it, but back where they are, where Stevie Ray is, she is trying to help this Ravenmarker that she decides to save, and he is Rahim. Rehim? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I pronounce it Rahim. And Renhim is the favorite son of Colin. And Colin, the bad guy of the story, the fallen angel, he and Nefertiti made a plan that his body can go to the other world of Nixie, the goddess. And basically, try to make sure that Zoe doesn't go back to their world, come back to Earth. So while that's going on, Renhim and Stevie Ray, they've been kind of secretly seeing each other because Renhim is getting weaker and weaker. And Stevie Ray has kind of this sort of boyfriend guy named Dallas. And Dallas actually was pretty cool. I was kind of rooting for them to be together. And I don't really like Renhim and Stevie Ray's relationship, but basically Stevie Ray and Renhim actually form a romance. They don't kiss or anything, and I don't think they could because Renhim has a bird beak instead of a mouth. Like a normal human mouth. But yeah. I don't like their relationship. I mean, I know that they're imprinted, and I know that Stevie Ray is just trying to have a good heart and trying to be nice to this poor person, that bird demon thing. But I just didn't like their relationship. I thought it was a little I was hoping it wouldn't happen, but I kind of saw it coming. But anywho, so then Stark is finally in the other world, and he actually battles himself with this Claiborne sword. I don't know if there is such a thing as a Claiborne sword, but it's called a Claiborne. And he battles himself. Then he realizes he can't really push away his dark self. His dark self is always going to be there with him, but that's just how he is. And it basically gives a nice message that yes, everybody has flaws, everybody is bullshit, but you shouldn't push that way, you should just accept it and own it up. And he realized that the only way that he's gonna protect Zoe now to be a guardian. He went from warrior to guardian, and there's only one more guardian in this world, but he becomes a guardian, and he realizes that he doesn't have to protect Zoe with just love, but with honor. And then he meets up with Heath, who's kind of dead, but he has to be reincarnated. He has to go somewhere else to be reincarnated. And he and Stark, they finally talk. By the way, if you don't know, Stark is actually his last name. His first name is James, so his name is James Stark, but everybody calls him Stark. So James Stark and Heath Luck, they were talking, and Stark is like, you have to let Zoe go and make her choice. You have to like make her go to push her to the right direction to basically go home and fix everything, because Aphrodite ended up having a vision where Zoe chooses to stay with Heath in the spirit world, but the world goes to shit. The world just goes to shit. So Heath finally has to sit down and talk with Zoe, and she cries a little bit, as you do, and Heath goes on, and Zoe doesn't know what to do. She bumps into Stark. They talk things out. And then Stark has an idea. So his idea is to provoke Colin, and they fight. They have a massive fight. And Zoe's like shaking. She doesn't know what to do, and like I said, she has major ADHD in this book. And then she goes back to the other side of the other world. She asks for her 3 parts of her body, not 3 parts of her body, 3 parts of her soul back into her system, and she uses air to make Colin stay put after he stabs Stark with a spear, and she makes him stay put. She stabs him with the Claiborne sword, and she makes him stay there, and she makes him vow to bring back Stark and make sure that he gets some of his soul back. Or something like that. It gives him back some of his life. Something like that. So then Nixie, the goddess, and we haven't seen Nixie since the 4th book? 3rd or 4th book, we haven't seen, or is it the 2nd book? We haven't seen Nixie in a while. So it was a really good surprise to see Nixie finally in the story. And Nixie made sure that Colin's body and spirit is not in her other world ever again. And both Stark and Zoe, they both wake up, they're happy, and they're alive. And Stevie Ray has a complicated relationship with Renham of Ravenmocker, a half-human, half-bird demon thing. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll have more book reviews soon. Peace.